Some of this new wave has to do with government, not all of it, but some. For years, we've subsidized and protected the oil, coal, and natural gas industries. That's mostly the federal government, but even the state government. We have, at the state government level, we have historically built in subtle biases in favor of fossil fuel power generation. In Massachusetts, we have an energy facility siting board that has the power to overturn a city's or a town's denial of permits for an electric generating power plant, allowing such a plant to be sited over the town's objections. Every state has one of these. If we didn't, we would not have enough power plants. Siting is always controversial. But this state law applies only to large plants, so that small renewable projects like 1 or 2 wind turbines, for example, can be stopped by a town with no recourse to the siting board. That's what I mean when I say subtle, and as we are beginning to discover them, laden obstacles to moving this agenda forward. Ironically, the only renewable energy project large enough to qualify for this siting assistance is the most contested one of them all, which is Cape Wind, which, by the way, I enthusiastically support. Symbol of our clean energy future that could be. The first offshore wind farm in the United States, and sited right here in Massachusetts. There are other ways state government can help. We have a comprehensive energy reform bill on the brink of passage in the Massachusetts legislature. In fact, it has moved out of the House and the Senate and is now in conference. It will revolutionize energy policy in the state, and we have the Speaker of the House in large measure to thank for helping move that forward, get it started. For one thing, this legislation will unleash energy efficiency, the cleanest energy of all. For years, we've given electric utilities a fixed amount, it's $125 million a year, of ratepayer funds to spend on energy efficiency upgrades. And not a penny more, no matter how much better we would do if they had a little bit more to make that difference. On top of that, our rate structure rewards the utilities for selling their customers as much electricity as they can, an incentive that undermines both our energy efficiency efforts and our emissions reduction goals. We're not unlike other states in that respect. But now our Public Utility Commission is in the process of reforming rates to reward efficiency rather than volume. And the pending energy bill will require electric utilities to obtain all energy efficiency upgrades in residential, commercial, and industrial settings that are cheaper than the cost of power generation. This may mean as much as quadrupling our investments in energy efficiency. That will be good news for consumer costs and good news for clean energy. The legislation will also require utilities to enter into long-term contracts for renewable energy, providing renewable power development to meet the debt financing for their projects. The bill's expansive net metering provisions will also make it easier for people who own smaller-scale solar, wind, or distributed power to sell their extra power back to the grid at a favorable rate. And it will integrate our state building code with standards of the International Energy Conservation Code, keeping Massachusetts at the forefront of energy efficiency in new buildings. We have taken this further, calling on the green building industry to help me set standards, first for state government, then for the private market, to achieve the goal of zero net energy buildings in the not-so-distant future. Come and be a part of this. We can set the course for the future of the world. Then there is solar energy. The power of the sun is all around us. Feel it especially on a day like today. And the public is increasingly eager to catch it. But today it is but a small and expensive part of our electric power system. Its benefits for the economy and the environment seem elusive. But solar power, more than any other, presents a case study in the synergy that is possible between government, the academy, and the private sector to stimulate technological innovation and cash in, frankly, on jobs and growth in the clean energy industry.